Hello and welcome to THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present and an exciting future under Ange Postecoglou. Let me unmute Mr. Godfather there before he sends another horse's head to me door, which I've got a collection already, about 35. Welcome to the best number one channel in Ireland. Dave Harris, I'm sorry, we're claiming that title. We are the number one Irish Spurs channel in Ireland.
Wow.
And I'm taking it, and I don't care. You come into Wexford to kill their army. Wexford and Leitrim. What did we call ourselves? What was it, Philip? We come up with two.
Wexstrom.
Wexstrom will defend the mighty Wexstrom. See, we've designed a new county in Ireland. Even Tequila's part of this new county now.
I've already agreed to move over there once the bombs fall.
He has. Apparently, very quickly, I'm doing the THFC bunker. And what we're going to do, if it all just goes to hell, and Coke, what was it? What did we say? Was it tequila? What was it? Cockroaches?
Yeah, we'll get, there'll only be cockroaches left, so then we'll do the show for Cockroach Football.
Yeah. So we'll be following Cockroach Hotspur FC. We'll be doing watch-alongs to that. You can imagine Vin doing a watch.
No, they'll probably win a trophy in their first season, and we'll be like, "That took you long enough." The cockroach just figured it out finally.
Can you imagine Philip watching Cockroach Hotspur FC? Philip, would you be in for that?
I'd ask some of the Arsenal fans what it's like because they've been doing it for years.
Damn. Good point.
Anyway, welcome to THFC today. I hope you're having a great evening, lads. And it is sorry we haven't been on for the last few days. Firstly, I just wanted a few days off to rethink the game on Monday, just put everything into perspective. Yeah. Philip was too busy going around gathering horses' heads, getting ready just to send them to people. That annoy him. You know, he's got his collection up and he had to go away for a few days. He is the Godfather, of course. And
you must spend a lot on postage and packaging, Phil. They're quite heavy.
No, I'll tell you what, that's a bugger feeding them. They're so expensive to feed, you know.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Good evening, everyone. And let's welcome Philip. How are you? I know it's been a few days since the watch along, but how have you been? So you've been drumming up in Dublin.
Yeah, I was able to take out my frustrations on Tuesday night there, which was very good. It's been good. But no, I have a more balanced view maybe on Monday night now. I think, you know, I don't get excited about things like that anymore. I've been in the game too long, you know.
Philip, no, you did get excited Monday. You weren't very happy.
No, not now. I've calmed down, Dermot. I mean, you know, listen, you know, we all in the heat of the moment. Everybody does, you know. But
I just like to tell you, Philip did say to me, "I'm going now," and he literally did go. He didn't wait around for 15 minutes.
I think what I did earlier, Dermot, I told you 5 minutes before Leicester scored they were going to score, and they did.
Yeah. What's the lottery numbers for Monday?
Yeah.
Keeping them to myself.
This isn't fair, is it? And also joining us, some say he appeared as a second-half substitute for Chelsea at the weekend. We know who he is. You know who he is. It's Tottenham Stig. How are you, Tottenham Stig?
It's the Tottenham Stig there, mate.
The Tottenham Stig. Now, can you confirm or deny, did you appear at Chelsea as a second-half substitute? We really want to know, did you play in that match?
I might have.
But Chelsea have so many players, you could have snuck in and no one would have noticed.
It's true. I couldn't fit on the bus, so.
Yeah, and also
I had to do the thing in Cape Fear. You know, like in Cape Fear when he goes underneath the vehicle when he grabs on. That's what I had to do.
Also, can you tell us? Some say you're illegal in 17 US states. Is that true?
Oh, they've missed out. Only 17. A lot more than that.
Yeah.
I think if you're illegal in one US state, you're illegal in them all. So that makes 50.
Trump still can't find me. He can't pin me down.
So we're learning a lot about Tottenham Stig, right? What we've learned so far, he's got a beard.
I do.
Right, we learned that. We learned he's illegal in 17 US states, and we learned that he appeared as a second-half substitute on the match on Sunday. We're learning a lot about you.
You never know where I'm going to appear next, then, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot more, but I've got a load more. Apparently, Philip told me that you told me that you're an AI built from Microsoft. Who knows? No wonder.
I might be the next version of Siri. That's what they're called, isn't it? That's what she's called, Siri.
There you go, Philip. You have to there's your voice for your phone.
Oh, I'm I don't know. I'm not into AI stuff. You know, mind you, you should be very careful if the word AI or alien means something completely different. There's a lot of Catalan deals, so you can work that one out.
Yeah.
You have to wait another 8 minutes or so, Phil, before you can elaborate on that one.
Yeah, all right, okay. Nice.
See, the AI is working perfectly. Let's welcome a few people in. Big up to GJ Samuel. Big up Jesus Coys. Big up DJ. We've got Hot God Tender Legend. Look at that player. There's a young Bergville. Look at him. I've got a question about Bergville and Vicario, by the way, as well in this. Good evening, everyone. Coys, big up. The best name in YouTube, apart from the Tottenham Stig. Dragon D's. Do you want to read this one out, Philip? Name this fella. You've got the voice for it. You've got the
Dragon D's
man's
nuts.
name out. Yeah.
Dragon D's nuts.
What a name.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
What a name. What a
It's
name.
very good.
Big, but hey, he says, big up to Gabriel. One big up. Gabriel says, big up, friend. Big up, my man. Finally getting over the disappointment and looking forward to Saturday. I think so am I. I think so we are. But tonight's going to be an interesting show. We've got Philip's balanced view. We've got stats from Tequila, which he told us beforehand, which are, interesting.
Something to have a think about.
Yeah, we've got, we're going to go through the player ratings. We've got a bit of stats from Friday, and then we've got all the build up, of course, to the Everton game and everything. So we will want that. Tequila, me and Philip have now retired from this, and you have to now give this the full Monty Stig. So give this the top Stig, Monty.
God,
Go
got
on.
to clear my throat for this, haven't I? Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Notice I changed in just a normal voice at the end there.
Yeah, okay. We still don't know who you are. Me and Philip don't know who he is, do we?
No, it's a bit like the Invisible Man. We can see him, but we don't know who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is it Michael Schumacher?
Oh, I wish.
No.
Yeah.
That's a bit in bad taste, actually. Sorry, anyone that knows Michael Schumacher.
Still 2 minutes to go. Anyway, carry on.
I can't say that for 2 minutes, apparently.
No,
but I do agree with you. Yeah. I did notice the smile. I did notice the giggle come on Philip's face for that come up. That goes with Irish Tom Jones, I think, but I'm not going there. Anyway.
What did I tell you about Tom Jones yesterday, Dennis?
I couldn't have resisted. Another one that's probably a Tom Jones fan.
Yes.
Big up.
It's not unusual for me to get fed up when you start talking about them.
Yeah. Look, DJ's on What's New Pussycat. Even he knows who you are, Philip. I mean,
interesting play on words there, DJ.
I tell you what, I love our chat. I love this channel, actually. We've got the best chat in the world. We really do. If we lose to Everton, things are going to get ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think we all are. Look, we're not going to lose to Everton. We cannot lose to Everton. I refuse to lose to Everton.
I'm just looking back. Looking back, the season we won, the last time we won a trophy, 2007 and 8, right?
Yeah.
The start to that season. Listen to this now. Sunderland away, lost 1-0. Everton away. For some reason, we had 2 away games on the trot then. Lost 3-1. Then we beat Derby 4-0. Then we had 4 draws and 3 defeats in the next 7 matches. With 7 points from 10 games. Can you imagine what would happen on today's regime, if that's the case, in 9 games' time that we only have 7 points? I think we better build a bunker and jump into it.
Yeah.
I've already built one. Keeler's coming over.
I've already got my tickets, mate.
Yeah, it's called the THFC bunker. We're all moving into it together. I don't know if we're going to put Philip Sauce's head. That's just a problem I've got. I don't know where we're going to fit them all.
Hey, look, we'll have to eat. So we'll have to eat horses. I don't really want to, but needs must. Needs must.
You're 30 seconds over the deadline. You're lucky enough getting away with that one, all right?
Do you know what? I've just had a vision in my head. You, me, and like Del Boy Rodney and Grandad in the bunker and Only Fools and Horses.
During the war.
During the war. See, he knows Tequila. Look, he knows Stig. He knows who he is. Yeah, he's Uncle Albert.
Bless.
Without the beard.
During the 1939-1945 conflict with Europe.
Yeah, don't mention the war.
Yeah. Chelsea strategy: throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was going to say something there, but I won't.
Chelsea selling Chigwell to Spurs. Can't see it.
It won't happen. I don't think he fits the criteria either. Really, good player.
Very good. Yeah, very good left back though. Big up to Leslie Crawford as well. Why would you want Chigwell other to replace Segi?
Yeah,
in the medical room.
Well, we have to have someone to keep the medical staff busy, so keep them.
Yeah. Big up to Wire Sly. I'm just going to call you Sly.
Don't mind. The reason why is because Darren Anderton's ghost still haunts those parts. And to appease the ghost, then we've got to have somebody in the medical room.
Look, Philip's gone for the vodka already. It's not that bad.
You've driven me to drink already, and it's only 12 minutes in. Jeez, I'll be drunk by the end of it. Mind you, it's only flipping slap 7 up. I'm drinking.
Look, Philip starting the birthday celebrations early. Anyway, cheers. Sly, hello. Cheers. Hello. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Anyway, we've got Terry White. That's true. Leslie's very injury prone, but heck of a player when healthy. I think he'd be a great rotational player for us. Big up to Simply Ace. Big up Simply Ace. This is good evening, everyone.
Simply Ace.
And Leslie Crawford, Terry, great player. Otherwise, he'd be a waste of squad number. Trippier. I think he meant to say Trippier is free at the moment.
He's also.
I wouldn't say no to that.
You know what? I'd take him for a season. I would. I think I would as a backup.
Yeah. Well, maybe his age is against him, but then he's a good player, a decent player.
Yes. Now, lads, before we get started, a bit of housekeeping. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscription button. We're at 1,000. We're only 90 away from 2K. So please hit that subscription button as much as you can. Let's get to 2K. Now, this is serious, and I'm being serious now, and we're laying the ground rules out now. During Monday's watch along, there was a few people that came into the chat were abusing each other. Now, one person started it on one of our channel members, which was totally out of line and totally out of order. Now, they have apologized, and that's fine. But it will not be acceptable in the chat. We have a nice chat. We have a friendly chat. We have a very respectful chat. Anyone that comes in, starts attacking other members, starts attacking the people on the panel, even if they've got a different opinion, will be banned straight out. No warning, no nothing. You will be gone. We all do this off our own back. People come in to watch our shows because they enjoy what we have to say. But I will not accept it. What happened on Monday, even in the post-match show live between two people, was unacceptable. I don't know, Tequila or Philip, do you want to say anything on that? But we have to respect one another. Yeah, we all respect each other on the channel. We expect you to do people that come in, not our normal people, but I'll let you two have your say. You go first, Philip, and then Tequila, you can finish off on it.
It's only a matter of just respecting other people's views. You mightn't agree with them, but abusing somebody for their views or making fun of them is not on. You must also remember the YouTube police are watching channels like this, and if there's any abuse goes on or anything like that, they will pull us. Yeah. So, we've got to have a zero tolerance policy that if you step out of line and it's serious enough, then you will be barred for a while, or temporarily or fully. So just basically, before you post something, and we'll all be happy about that.
Yeah. You want to finish it off, man?
Not really. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of comments. I think the best thing to do is, people can. We've kind of made up and we move on. But it's just think before you type, I suppose. And as Dermo says, it's like, this is one of the best atmospheres in YouTube. It's one of the reasons why I personally started watching. And there's other people who I know only come into this channel, or this is one of only a few channels that they will take part in. We know that there's a lot of infighting with the Levy in, Levy out, and all this stuff. Yes, it's prevalent. Yes, it's kind of everywhere. Yes, it's been bad this week because of the overreaction. Either way, on both sides. But I just, we're all Spurs fans, and I'll never understand why we attack each other no matter what. I'll never get it. So that's it, mate. Really.
I think that's fair enough, isn't it? Well, here hitting it, Nick, we're all Spurs fans. We all support the same team. We all support the same.
Just go back a few years before social media took such a stranglehold on everybody. We used to give out and not argue and fight on the telephone around the street with West Ham fans and Arsenal fans. Spurs fans stuck together in those days. But now it just seems the way things have gone on social media that everybody's have extreme views. I mean, as you say, well, rightly, we're all Spurs fans, but sometimes you'd wonder, really, why can't we all stick together?
Big up to Slide. Yeah, well, look, that's the policy. You get one strike, you're out. If you misbehave. If you behave, you're welcome. And somebody says here, where's it says? Terry says, always a well-mannered chat and good peeps in here. It is. It's probably one of the best chats in YouTube, I would say.
It is, Terry. It is. And
99% of the time. 99%.
That's what I mean, yeah.
To eliminate.
Yeah.
And then there's me. I'm the 1%.
Well, you're a lost cause anyway, we just...
Dermo, you've got the title of the most deluded Spurs fan, but you wear it with pride.
Yeah. I chuck a hand grenade in the middle of it and then run out the room thinking...
Yeah, then you go back when you realise you forgot to take the pin out of it.
Yeah, there they go. Oh, shit. Anyway, big up. What else we've got? We've got big up to Milton. Good evening, Dermot Killen for the big up, Milton, helping you through your evening's work or morning work. Everyone in the chat, smash a like and support this beautiful channel. Lots of respect and love from Australia. Thank you so much.
Milton.
4 o'clock in the morning over there, or 5 o'clock in the morning. Jeez, fair
well, we help him through his night shift.
He works night shifts, Phil. That's why.
Yeah.
So I believe, yeah.
Yeah, so we're the night shift radio station for him. We help him through his night shift. I come with the jokes. Tequila comes with his charm, and Philip just comes with the Philip comes with the legend. I just knock your heads together.
I knock your heads together every so often,
So you're telling me you're Mr. T then?
Pitiful.
Oh, geez, that's gone back a bit. The 18.
Yeah.
I don't have the bling though and all that sort of stuff,
You did 3 years ago, Philip. When we watched the video 3 years ago, we did see you looked a bit blingy back then.
I don't wear bling.
You did then.
Bling.
Didn't he, Tequila?
Or bling. I don't know if he was wearing bling. I don't think I saw him wearing
I've never worn bling.
You did. You had this pink medallion that says, I am the boss.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
He had some gold teeth as well, didn't you, Phil?
He did.
Some gold teeth. I'll tell you what the medallion was. I survived the Dermot podcast. That was what the medallion was about.
That was your first ever podcast.
That was your first ever podcast. And, I got a medal from the Spurs Supporters Club. So how the hell did you manage to get through that thing? So.
You did. And I tell you, I was looking at it, Philip, right, today, and we'll more on it tomorrow, but I was talking to Tequila, and how we've all changed over the 3 years is really frightening. How you and me have evolved from where we were to what we are now. I've just become more delusional and loony. You've lost weight as well. I told you he's lost weight, guys. He has. Go watch some of the earlier stuff. He's slimmed down. Been on that Jenny Craig, haven't you, Dermo? You trying to call me I was a fat bastard back then?
You were a fatter bastard.
Yeah, I was a fatter bastard. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. I think Philip's vodka is nearly went down the wrong hole.
I'm looking for the yellow card.
Hang on. We've got one of those. You mean this? There you go.
Yellow card of the season.
Yeah,
First of many.
Yeah. The problem is Solomon is an injured player, and it's not good that he was in the championship.
Solomon started very well last season, but then the injury got, and then he hasn't really been the same. So.
Yeah. 5:25
a.m. Oh boy!
Wow. Big up to Terry. I witnessed a lot of our fans fighting amongst themselves when watching Spurs at Stamford Bridge back in the 90s. Some fans are just idiotic. We won, by the way.
Jeez, that was a rarity to win at Stamford Bridge in the 90s. You must have been.
They were probably so shocked that we won.
That must have been a long time ago. Wow, yeah.
1989, and Gary Lineker scored the winner. That game. Yeah.
89.
One of the few.
Even Tequila. Were you born then, Tequila?
Yes, come on. As much as I'd love to say I'm young I'm not. I was born.
Yeah. See, this is something we've learned. Tottenham Stig was born in the 80s. We're learning a lot about you, man. Spurs CGTV. I have no issue to anyone having different opinions to mine, as long as they understand mine is right.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna put it better myself. Yeah.
When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to say nothing. Right, guys. Leicester. Should we just get Leicester over and done with?
Yeah. How do you want to do this? Do you want to cover the fallout of Leicester and then talk about Everton?
Well, do you want to give the player? If I go through the player ratings and the stats, and then we'll go through the stats you got, the key, and we can work it from there. I've got a couple of questions on that. This was the team, guys. On Saturday, Vicario on goal, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, a Destiny, the back four, the midfield trio of Bentancur, Papa Sarr, and James Maddison, and the front three of Brennan Johnson, Domi Solanke, and Heung-min Son, captain. I think I'll let Legends go first. Philip?
Right. Pretty much the same team that finished last season, other than Solanke.
Yeah.
Vicario, as always, the guy just is football. He was faultless, really. Made a save from Vardy that could have cost us the game if Vardy had scored. So I'll give him an 8. The back four, Porro, I'm going to give them all a 6. They had nothing to do in the first half, literally nothing to do. And in the second half, didn't wake up from the kind of slumber they were in the first half, if you like. They were a bit, for about 20 minutes in that second half, they were all poor.
Do you blame Phil? Do you blame Romero for the goal? Is that fair?
No, I blame Porro. He's Porro's man, I think.
I think Porro.
Yeah, I think. Well, you could say Romero as well. Romero was ahead of Vardy. Porro should have been coming in behind. It was a bad goal to give away. It was, but these things happen. I mean, you can't, there's no easy games in the Premiership. And I mean, a lot of people are saying we're going to win that game 4 and 5-0. What did I say to you before the game? Though it's going to be very tight. 2-1. I thought Spurs would win.
I said 3-2 as well. I thought it'd only be one goal in it as well.
I went with 5-0.
I'm not too worried. I mean, the first game of the season, everyone's a little bit rusty. Van de Ven and Romero have really had very little game time. They had no pre-season as such with Spurs. They had with their countries. So they'll bed into the game as it goes along. Midfield, I thought Maddison was excellent in the first half. He ran the show. He was brilliant. Yeah. Bentancur was good. He played, and Papa Sarr was a little bit off the colour again. So I give Maddison an 8, Bentancur a 6, and Sarr a 5. Up front, Johnson in the first half was very good, but the second half wasn't. So I'll just give him a 5. Solanke tried very hard. Now, if he was playing for Bournemouth, he would have buried at least 2 of those chances. But he was trying too hard. I'll give him a 7. And Sonny was excellent in the first half, but again, completely disappeared in the second half. I would only give him a 6. Well, now, what I thought was good, at the time of the injury to Bentancur, which hopefully he's okay, it looks like he is, they brought on Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall, among others now. I'm Timo Werner as well. And I thought they got us back into the match at a time when it was slipping away from us. I was especially impressed with Bergvall. And one thing I just want to comment on, I did not like the way Vicario had a go at Bergvall. Now, he didn't have a go at Porro or Romero for the goal, but he had a go at the new guy. I thought that was a little bit harsh, now, to be honest with you, because Bergvall did play very well, in my opinion, and wouldn't surprise me if he starts on Saturday. But anyway, that's my ratings.
So, Phil, let me just quickly jump in with talking about the Bergvall situation. Do you feel Vicario was... I'll say the word, but it's not really what I don't know why bullying.
Yeah, that was the football that came to.
And you think so, Vicario, because Vicario wouldn't treat Porro that way, but he's fine treating an 18-year-old kid who's just joined the team.
He probably knows if he said it to Romero, he'd probably get a Glasgow kiss for it.
Yeah.
So that's why he took it out on the easy, and I was disappointed with that. I think that showed a bit of lack of judgment there. okay, he was right to be angry, right? But he didn't need to go at the kid the way he did. That could destroy that young lad's confidence. Now, I don't think it will, but I just thought that we didn't handle it very well.
It wasn't a good look, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Tequila, before just come to you, just got a bit of news from our source. Teams are starting to make moves in the final days, but unfortunately, Tottenham are not haven't called both yet. Well, unfortunately, not heard anything about Spurs movements yet. So
another week
anyway,
to go.
That might a week to go. Tequila, what's your play rating? So go through that team. Give us your.
I think Vic was pretty solid as he normally is. I'll probably go with a 7. I don't really blame him for the goal. Romero, see, most of these I could give. It's like we could give the whole team 2 different ratings because the second half is so significantly worse, more or less for everyone. Romero, I actually think it was one of. I blame him. I understand what Phil said, and Porro is at fault as well. But maybe it's because we kind of know that Porro is not the best defensively, and Romero is arguably our best defender, so we expect more from him. But I'm going to give Romero a 6. I'm going to give Porro a 7. Van der Vaart a 6. And Destiny, how did you guys feel about Destiny? I thought he looked a little bit rusty defensively. How did you guys feel
again,
about?
he's just back from injury, so
that's true.
He's only had 45 minutes of football, hasn't he? Really,
that's true. He's probably not that fit. And the midfield, Maddison, I agree, it was his best game. He probably wanted to turn up for the Leicester fans. Do you know what I mean? Because it was probably a big deal for him to go back to Leicester, so he probably turned it on. Sarr, I thought was okay. I'm starting to get a bit worried about Sarr. I'm not sure what he's got a great engine on him, and athletically is very impressive. But I'm not sure. He's becoming one of those players where I don't know where to play him. He's becoming a player that I don't know where to play him. That's just me personally. Bentancur was good and happy that it doesn't look like it's a serious injury. So I'm very happy to hear that. Up front, I've given Solanke some stick because I don't think he wasn't the player I wanted, but I thought he worked hard. I do think he probably should have put one of them away. And you can make an argument that 65 million, etc., which is not, I know he didn't come up with the price tag, but I think he should have put one away. But I won't be that harsh on him. Sonny was okay. I thought Sonny was all right. And Brendan Johnson, Dermo, as much as you love him, I'm not seeing the improvement in him, and it worries me a little bit because, of course, this is like his second season, and he's going to have a lot of competition this year from players who are even younger than him. So if he doesn't start bucking his ideas up, he's going to find himself out of the team. So I'd give him a 6.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. Big up to Gora Gingin, who's just subscribed. Big up. I think that's right. Gora. Is it
Gora Gingin.
Welcome. Thank you for subscribing, and do hit that notification bell for future shows. And join us for a special Cockle Clock podcast birthday show tomorrow night as the channel reaches the ripe old age of tree. As Philip says, before the stream, we're just out in nappies. I'm going to give my play ratings now. I'm going to give Vicario a 8. He wasn't at fault with the goal. I'm going to give the whole back 4 a 6. Do you know what? I think I blame Porro and Romero. I think they were both, maybe Porro a bit more, but Romero should have been there looking after his side of the defence. Bentancur, I'm going to give a 6 as well, but we wish him a speedy recovery. There's some pictures that have come out on social media look shocking just after he was on the ground when people were just getting at him. And they look shocking.
What happened to him? Did he collide with someone? Never actually heard that story.
Yeah, there was an accidental headbutt. Right. They clashed heads. Papa Sarr, I give a 6. I'll give a 7 to Maddison. Johnson, I'll give a 4. Second half, he was woeful.
That's even harsher than me and Philip.
He turned up for 20 minutes of the game. That was it. I didn't see anything else from Johnson apart from the first 20 minutes.
It is worrying, isn't it? It's a bit worrying.
It's extreme. And I'm his biggest fan. And I saw nothing. I'm getting frustrated with him now. Solanke, look, I'll give him a 7.5. I thought he worked hard. But if that was Ivan Toney, would he have scored that? We don't know. Solanke could still come good. Solanke could still score record goals for us. But for me, if you're paid 65 million, them are the chances you need to put away. Your top strikers puts them away. And look, it is a change for him. He is moving to a bigger club, so he probably needs a few games to get used to it. But for me, he worked hard, and that's all you can ask for him. He had his chances. He worked hard. And that's what we want. We've got a forward now, so we have to do with it. And Sonny, great first half, but where was he in the second half? Where was Sonny when we were getting overrun by Leicester?
And he's meant to be our captain as well.
So where's the leaders in the team? And this is one of the other questions I've got, and I am going to start with it now. Do we need more experience in this team? Is this team too young? Do you know what I mean? Do we need more experience? But do we need another 30-year-old like a Locatelli, somebody that can calm things down? That right, lads. Look, we conceded a goal. Don't worry, we can get this. Let's move forward. A bit like Man United back in the day when they brought the kids in. They had all experienced players there. Do you know what I mean? You look at Liverpool of the 70s and 80s, experienced players. All the teams that have won major trophies have a lot of youngsters, but they've got experienced players to bring them through. Even the teams in the 60s and 70s, Philip, Tottenham sides that won. It was a mixture, wasn't it? But there was more experience in those days. I mean?
It was more experienced players in those days, really. It was. But look at this way: we have got a spine of experience in that side. Vicario's 27, right? Romero's about the same. Bentancur about the same. Sonny's over 30. Maddison's 26, 27. There should be enough of them there, enough leadership material in there. And there's other players coming along too. Like I would say the likes of Solanke, I say he'll not be quiet behind the door whenever he gets settled in. You know? So no, I think we have enough leadership. The young players will get experience as they come in, and they will gain strength, and they'll be able to express themselves on the pitch. And that's why I was so annoyed at Vicario having to go at Bergvall, because that could stunt that young lad's development by saying, if I make a mistake next time, that fella's going to bore me out.
I had no problem with it, Philip. I didn't have a problem with it. I have no problem with
balling out a player, but somebody rightly put in the chat, did anybody ball him out when he made the hoot cock-ups against Bayern Munich? No. You know, I was disappointed in him. He should have picked his moments. Said it in the dressing room afterwards or something, because doing it on the pitch could only have a detrimental effect.
Yeah, Tequila, what do you want to say before we move on from the lineup? Do you think we need experience, or do you agree with Philip?
I think my point last week when we announced the Burnley, the lad from Burnley, was not that he's not a good player, but that I would have preferred to have a bit of a balance. I do agree with Phil. It's not like there isn't any. There is, and Romero, and you can make an argument that we do have at least one experienced player in all three areas of the pitch. The goalkeeper. He's experienced. Maybe not in the Premier League, he's only his second season, but overall he's not a young lad. Romero, as Phil said, Bentancur, and then you've got Sonny. So we do have at least one experienced pro in each area of the pitch. So there is that. My only concern is getting the right blend also for the squad players as well. Like Brendan Johnson, it's not his fault for the price, right? That's always going to be used against the lad. That's not his fault. But who do we have to come in for him? Timo Werner? No, Timo Werner plays. He generally plays on Sonny's side, and that's another thing. Also, Dermo and Phil, is that we actually have a lot more left-sided players than right-sided. You wouldn't think so, and I'm not saying that they can't play on the right side, but if you go through the list of them, most of them prefer playing on the left, including Richarlison.
Werner played on the right on Monday night, which is unusual.
Yeah.
He did.
I mean, it's. I would have liked us to have bought. I think the winger. I think that's why I think again it was a bit of an overreaction, but I think that's why there was a lot of negativity over the lad from Burnley. It's less about him and just like, well, Nito was available. Yes, we know he's injury prone. He was available. We were linked with Chiesa, who I believe is maybe heading to Barca. Well.
They still can't even register Danny.
They can't register them.
Haven't sold enough players yet.
So silly, isn't it? So we have been linked with these experienced wingers throughout the window, and as of right now, we haven't got one. And to be honest, I don't think we will now. I think they made the decision to go with the lad from Burnley. That was it. That was the winger they went for. I don't think there will be another experienced winger coming in.
Well, one thing that Odegaard's going to bring to the team is what we haven't got at the moment is a player that can go past his defender on the run and get the ball across. That's what we've been missing. Now we've got Solanke in there to feed on the crosses. So I can see that becoming an important. I think he's going to be an impact sub in most of the games.
Do you think though, Phil and Mo, that Solanke thrives on crosses, but do you not think that maybe that's not our strongest area? Like maybe the best crosser of the ball probably is Porro. Is that probably fair?
Yeah, it is. Porro's not always going to be up there. You know, like if you give Odegaard the ball, he's going to be off like road runner down the wing there. You know? So
I just feel we need.
I just
feel to get the best out of Solanke, which is what I want, contrary to belief. I don't actually want him to fail. I think we need better crosses of the ball, and it's something that we don't seem to have as of this minute.
It's something that will come with practice. I mean, you can be sure that they would have analysed that game on Monday night to the nth degree before playing Everton on Saturday, and I'm expecting big improvements in all departments on Saturday.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go through the stats very quickly, and then it did end 1-1. Porro did score after 29 minutes. Vardy equalised after 57 minutes. These are the match stats. I mean, 70.5% possession to 29.5. 7 shots on target from Spurs to only 3 from Leicester. 15 shots to 7 in Spurs' favour. Touches, 879 touches to 498. 671 passes to Leicester. Without all them, apart from clearances, everywhere else, we've done them. This is Ange Postecoglou after the game. Yeah, look, it's a disappointing outcome. Postecoglou said in his press conference after the game, very dominant first half, really wasteful in front of goal. We started the second half, first 15, 20 minutes, very dominant, wasteful, but at 1-0, there's always an opportunity for the opposition to come back into the game. And that's what happened. We lost our way for 15, 20 minutes. We lost our composure, and the crowd got behind them, but again, finished strong. Just really disappointing. We lacked a little cutting edge in front of the third, made some poor decisions, lacked some composure, didn't get the reward our football deserved.
Spot on.
Yeah, it is. Look, to finish it off, Tequila's got some stats. I think, Tequila, if you want to read them out.
I will. Philip's going to go. Philip, put yourself on mute. I'm joking.
I'm going to put myself on mute. No, but Tequila's got some interesting stats. So if you want to read them out,
I will.
Firstly, please respect Tequila for what he's saying. I'm saying that now.
Okay. Before I say it, number one, I am actually Ange in. I actually don't want to see him go. I'm not convinced totally by him, far from it, but he has not had enough time to, in my opinion, he hasn't been given enough time yet. So I'm actually Ange in. I don't actually want him to go, especially this season anyway. Maybe next season, ask me then, but not this season. So these stats, what I'm trying to do with these stats, and these stats are taken from Sava, who most people probably know. He's a very opinionated guy that sits on one side. But the stats he's given are the stats, and stats can be manipulated per se, but these are the legit stats. Just to maybe give an idea about why there was a meltdown, rightly or wrongly, and why some people probably are overreacting, because they're carrying stuff from last season into this season, rightly or wrongly. That is what they are doing. And some of the stats are as follows. Bear with me, guys. Right. So since the opening 10 games of last season, when obviously we had that great run, so this is after this, we've played 29 games. So that's 28 last year and obviously just one this year. We've got 12 wins, which comes out of 41%. We've lost 12, so that's 41%, and we've drawn 5, which is 18%. We've had 3 clean sheets in 29 games, which for me was, once I realised that, I was like, wow, okay, that is a bad stat, that one. 26 games we've conceded and 3 clean sheets. That's in 29 games. We've scored 50 goals, which ain't bad in 29, but we've let in 53. So we actually have a negative goal difference in those 29 games. In the last 12 games, we've only won 4 games, and all the 4 wins we've had was against teams in last season's bottom 4, which is quite worrying. So that suggests that we can only beat the lesser teams. And this one also is not great. Since the 10th of December 2023, so half a year. We've only beaten one team in the top 10, which was Villa away, which was a good display. So those are some stats that I'm giving you to why some people have overreacted, in my opinion, because they're carrying on last season's form. And I know Phil, we spoke about it backstage, and yes, it is a new season, and I agree. But I'm just trying to get the point across to say that maybe it's not just about the one result; it's about a fear of so our poor form from the end of last season is continuing, and it just brings a bit of critique to Ange, who is not above being criticised. And that is as simple as that. I don't know how people feel about those, Dermo, Phil, and we want to hear in the chat if those stats, you can attack those stats by all means. They are right stats. They're factual, but they can be attacked and they can be, judged. So
I think what needs to be done there is and they will be aware. The backroom team at Tottenham will be aware every single one of those stats, and probably a dozen more that we don't even think about. And they will have worked on them during the close season to eliminate the problems and to instill a bit more of a steely defensive backline in the team. Okay, it didn't work out fully on Monday, but I mean, I'm of the opinion it's the first game of the season. We've 37 more matches to go. Let's just hold fire on the judgments until there's a few more games under our belt, and the players will be aware who performed and who didn't towards the end of last season. And it was disappointing, but I have to temper it with the fact is we still got European football, which I'd love to compare those stats to the end of season stats under Conte and see how that compared with last season's, that miserable season when we finished 8th.
Oh, under Stellini and Mason and
yeah.
Look, I think they're interested. They proved that there's work to do. Them stats prove there's still an awful lot of work to do. There's still an awful lot of there's still an awful lot of fixing to do. The foundation.
No team can stand still. They have to improve.
Yeah, and that's the point. I think them stats prove that we do have to improve in certain areas. And when the first half at Leicester was wow. It was wow football.
The best I've seen them play for years. Absolutely brilliant.
That was Ange Ball in a nutshell. That first half is what Ange Ball is all around. Yeah. Second half, we moved back to what we did a lot of last year, a lot of mistakes, and them stats come into the second half.
But the second half, though, was in three segments, if you ask me. The first 15 minutes was like the first half. It was grand.
Yeah.
Once Leicester scored, we had 15 minutes of not chaos, but damn close to us, right?
Yeah.
But then after the Bentancur injury, when the subs came on, we got the control of the game back again, as Ange rightly said in his press conference. But it's that 15 minutes in the middle that all the problems have been caused by. And that's what most people are referring to now. They're not really referring to the good times in the match. But let's face it, if we scored the chances in the first half, the second half would have been irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant.
I think I agree with you. I think we all get, but fair play to Keeley. He worked hard on them, and well done.
Oh, I can't take the credit, really. I was just listening to another.
Well, no, you've brought them in. You've brought a conversation. So I think some of them stats, they're shocking, though, aren't they, Philip? When you
a couple of them shocked me, especially the clean sheet one. When I said that can't be true, 3 clean sheets in 29, that can't be true.
No, that's very true. Very true.
Tottenham are not known to be the greatest defensive side in the world, to be fair. I know it's Tadeusz to do, but Tadeusz to do is taking it a bit too far. I mean, there's been sensible, there's been delusional.
I tell you what, Dermo, Vicario won't be happy. He ain't getting no clean sheet bonuses. That's why he was shouting at Bergville. He's like, there goes my clean sheet bonus again.
But he'd already conceded at that stage. It was gone anyway.
Oh, yeah. He needed to take it out on someone, Phil.
Yeah. I have no problem for what he did with Bergville. I totally disagree with you, Philip. I really do. I have no problem with doing that.
He bottled it. He didn't do it to the established players. He went on after the young lad. That showed me a bit of cowardice now, to be honest. I'm sorry I have to say that, but that's the way I saw it.
No, I think cowardice for me is sitting in the changing room and not coming out for a second one when you're losing 5-1 away from
that's
home.
Hugo Lloris. That's a different player. You can't, that's different.
But it's the same for me. That's cowardice. In my view, that's cowardice for me.
a different type. It's a different scenario, don't it?
Yeah,
really?
a different scenario. I agree, but for me, cowardice for me is not coming out. Look, maybe you're right. Maybe he could have done it in a different way, but cowardice for me is not coming out in the second half, and captain as well, and just saying I ain't coming. That for me is cowardice. Maybe Vicario should have temped it down a little bit and said, right, it's your first game, you make mistakes. But maybe he was frustrated. We don't know.
It was done in the heat of the moment because he is a passionate. It's Italian. He's hot blooded. They all are. So it was done in the heat of the moment. But maybe he didn't realize. He just did it at the first. He probably thought afterwards. Hang on, maybe I was a bit hard. That young lad. He just flew off the handle at him straight away.
Maybe he apologized. I mean, we don't know. Maybe he apologized to him after.
I think he really, if he to keep it level, he should have done the same to Romero and Porro.
Isn't it great to see a goalkeeper with passion, though?
Oh, it is. I mean, I'm not denying that.
But Phil, you said it earlier. He won't do it to Romero because Romero will 2-foot him in training next, and he won't do it to Porro because Porro will steal his girlfriend. So he's not going to do it to those things.
Look, I am going to get back to the chat. We're so behind the chat, guys. I do apologize.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
No, it's my fault. Sorry. I've started a few here. Hog God 10, big up Hog God said.
I'm going to quickly grab a drink, Dermo, while you do it.
Is Son and Johnson good enough for the club? Look, I understand where he's coming. Has Sonny reached the hill, Philip, of what he's? Has Sonny reached the hill? Is there a point where he might start going down the other way now?
Well, yeah, he's 31, 32 years of age. He's bound to, Now, I thought first half he was very good. He was excellent. I'll tell you what, ask me at the end of September.
I think that's fair.
Good enough. Because just give him the time to, and Johnson, I think Johnson is good enough. Yes, I do. I think I think he will come good. I think he will come
Johnson will come good, but I'm just so frustrated with him.
Yeah,
I'm just so. I defended him, Philip, and he keeps letting me down all the time.
Yeah, it's a joy to be a Spurs fan, though.
It is the joy. Big up. That's actually. I'm going to keep that up there, Hog. I will get Tequila's point of that, or the Stig's point of that. I keep calling him Tequila. It's not Tequila. Tequila's not with us tonight. It's a Tottenham Stig. Madness is key for us, and should limit him to 60 minutes. Keep him. I agree with that.
It's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, either bring Kulichevsky or Bergval on to freshen things up a bit.
Yeah,
because we have lots of options there. But I agree with that.
Terry says, would anyone take Kingsley? He's on a free.
Oh, take him on. I'd sign him. I'll go out myself and sign him.
Yeah. Philip's got the boat all ready to go. So there you go, Terry. And would you take? I would take Sterling on loan.
He couldn't. His wages are ridiculous.
I know they are, but if his wages weren't so ridiculous, I'd take him on loan.
Oh yeah, possibly. But I mean, how stupid was his people coming out and making that public comment?
I was going to get you and Keeler's thoughts on that.
Ridiculous.
Forgot about Yang, because Yang comes in January, doesn't he?
Well, we've got Yang, and we're signing Ying soon. Yin and Yang.
Yeah. Yeah. How God says, is Wilson a replacement for Son? I love Son, but he's not the player he once was. Still a world-class finisher, but doesn't have the legs like he. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Yeah. I honestly think Sonny, this is probably his last season at Tottenham.
I think so. I've seen Roy Keane clips angry at a young Ronaldo. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that didn't do him any harm, did it? Think about it.
No. Seems it's right. Seems Chelsea have could. It seems I was right. Seems Chelsea have.
They're playing tonight against Swiss team. Let's see what the score is.
We've got Tequila. Thank you for that, Gabriel. Thank you at the Stig. Now he's not known as he's the Stig. Everyone, could you just confirm your name is Tottenham Stig, please? If you're back.
I am back. Demo calls me the Stig, so I aim to please. That's all I can say. So if Demo wants me to be a Stig, I'll be the Stig.
Chelsea are drawing 0 each at home to Servette of Switzerland at the moment.
Is this a conference league?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, qualifier.
Yeah, it's a conference. Yeah. The qualification.
They've got to qualify for it. They don't go straight in.
Yeah.
Even with their
win that game, they're in the group stages.
Oh, please lose! Please
Wow.
lose! Please lose! Please lose! Please.
Do you think they'll do like we did to Mirror a couple of years ago, where it's like we don't really want to be in the competition, so we'll just not play well?
Yeah.
Well, they should have no problem rotating the squad. I don't know they could play 3 teams at the moment.
Anyway,
that's true.
But anyway, some say it could be Tequila, but we don't know. But he says anyway.
You never know.
Stats. You never know. Thank you for the stats. I'm Ange him, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I'm not seeing Ange adapting and evolving. Every top manager should do. We had this conversation, didn't we, last week?
He's bang on as well. I think that's why a lot of people are worried because they want to see him.
But do you not think the football in the first 45 minutes on Monday showed that we have evolved from a team that plays slow, quick, slow, to a team that's passing the ball around, passing through teams? That to me was the way Spurs should be playing.
Yeah, it should be.
If we do that for 80 minutes, then we'll all be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, thank you. What do you want to say to Gabriel? Very kind of him to say that, and very kind words. So
I appreciate it, and I know that I get called negative and stuff, which is okay. But I found that when I heard those stats, I just thought to myself, that's a good thing to show it from a certain side. And look, my goal is to bring us all together. Yes, I know it's all hippie stuff, but it is. I'd rather us all kind of be on a similar wavelength and trying to repair some of the divides. Dermo, I'm a healer at heart.
So you're saying we're at Woodstock then? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
It certainly smells like it, if you get my drift.
Philip somewhere drumming with Jimi Hendrix, in Woodstock. Did you ever go to Woodstock? Did you, Philip? Did you back in the day?
Did I ever go to Woodstock? No.
No.
You sure? I've seen pictures of you there, Philip. I've seen pictures of you there.
No,
there's YouTube videos. You sure?
Wasn't me.
All right, okay. Listen, guys, big up Simon. I think that is Simon. Big up the Premier Hotspur TV. Listen, guys, we've been crying out and getting rid of Deadwood, and we're nearly there with that. And they're having to bring in some exciting youngsters. So I'm willing to give this time and see how it goes. I think we all are. Boris says, agree, Philip, what he says. If we schooled those goals and missed on Leicester, then Vardy goal wouldn't have been an issue. But it's just an unfortunate set of events. So, yeah, a lot of people agreeing with you. We've got JG72, big up. Son is not a captain. He's too nice. Bentancur should be captain. Alan Mollery said, when you're a captain, you have no friends. Maybe it's Perriman. I forgot both of them. Very good. Very good point. Actually.
I actually think Bentancur is going to be in now with that team, though. I think, to be honest with you, I think the player that should be captain is Romero.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll say one thing: if you slack on the pitch, he'll let you know about it. And I should warn Jamie Vardy: the next time he comes to play at the Tottenham Stadium, he better have his suit of armour on him, because Christian Romero was gunning for him after the little spat they had on Monday night as Vardy was going off.
He's already put his ankle. He's a picture of his ankles on his mirror.
Yes, he's a big
bullseye on it.
Target.
Yeah. Has Mia got him back in his dungeon feeding them steaks before the game?
Yeah.
She's been wearing. Bless her. She's been wearing her out too much. That's why he screwed up on Monday.
Big up to Fafo. Sterling on loan. Chelsea were happy to sell Jorginho and Yavat to Arsenal.
He's on too much money. He's on too much. His wages are too. It's for
just back to that previous comment about the draw for the Europa League. It's actually tomorrow.
Yeah, I was coming back to that.
Tomorrow week, yeah.
And we are covering that live here on the channel. We are going to do it live, see who we get. So yeah, don't worry, Danielle. We've got that covered. Perriman was Captain Marvel. What a player!
Yeah, he was.
And we've had him. Luckily, we've had him on twice. So I am going to try to hold him, get him on again for Tequila and Philip.
Oh yeah, I'd love to talk to him.
I'm back in contact with Norman Giller again, so I'm going to try and get him to.
Oh, please get him on again, and we'll do it live this time. We won't do it pre-record. We'll do it live this time.
Yeah.
This man, guys, explain Norman Giller in one word, Philip.
It's a word that's used a lot, and sometimes it's not deserved, but this time it is. Legend. Yeah. He was Jimmy Greaves and Alan Gilzean's drinking partner back in the 60s. He covered the Spurs games for almost 40 years as a Spurs fan. No one knew he was a Spurs fan. He kept it to himself. He was very impartial. He was such a good friend to Jimmy Greaves, and when Jimmy Greaves died, Jimmy's family asked him to read the eulogy at Jimmy's funeral. And he wakes up every morning and starts singing when the Spurs go marching in. Great guy.
He is. Please, I'm going to redo that. Put that podcast out again for them.
Yeah,
it is great. Milton says, if you had to pick a player from Arsenal and Chelsea for a Spurs team, who would you pick and why? You have to pick one current player from both teams. Now, I'm going to sound very hypocritical what I'm going to say. I can't name him because I refuse to name him.
He's the same player I'm probably going to choose, Dermo. I know who you mean. Yeah.
So I refuse to name him. Is that
I'll name him. I'll name him.
Go on then.
Well, Declan Rice, isn't it?
No, it wasn't actually.
Really?
No.
Who else wouldn't you name then? Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. I was joking. Go on. You go first then, Tequila. Go on.
Declan Rice, because I do think he is kind of exactly what we need. But I know at Arsenal they kind of have him as a number 8, but I just plonk him in front of the back 4 and let him do his thing, and I think that would show up. You know, we wouldn't get as overrun like I feel we do at the minute. So Rice for me for Arsenal. For Chelsea, that's a bit more difficult. I'm gonna have to get back to you on the Chelsea one. Actually, I don't know Chelsea. I'm running over my head over all the. There's so many players they've got. I have to run my head through so many players.
Who would you pick, Philip?
Odegaard and Palmer.
I would have to agree with them too. I would pick the same. I really would.
Yeah,
I think Odegaard's a
Palmer's
really
a good
player.
Palmer's
I tell you who had a good game for Arsenal on Saturday was Raya. He looked very assured in goal for Arsenal. He looks very commanded of, and I feel Vicario is still not commanding of his area.
Well, they get a bit more protection this season. You got no protection last season, but they're getting protection this year, so they'll be a lot better.
But big up for the question, Milton. Brilliant. Yeah, big up, man. Brilliant. Terry writes his Perriman was one of my favourites. Yeah, he's a legend. Older, beautiful Mia. DJ still misses Mia. We all miss Mia.
We all miss her.
We all miss her. We all miss her. If 100 million came in for Romero, will you guys take it? Because I'd bite your hands up. No way. He ain't going nowhere. If they tried to sell Romero, me, Tequila, and Philip and Colin going down to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we're going to chain ourselves.
Why would Com join us, Dermo?
Because he's part of the channel. He does what I say.
Oh, okay. Just so I understand that. Would I this season? No. Do I think it's probably going to happen next year if you don't? I don't know. If Real Madrid come for him, I think players find it very difficult to turn down Real Madrid.
I think it depends how we do this season. If we don't win anything this season, it probably will go. If we do win something, he'll stay. Am I reading?
Big up to Chris. He says stuff Chelsea and Arsenal Muppets.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
agree.
Can't argue with that.
God, Pat Jennings and Jimmy Greaves. Odegaard says Fabio. Odegaard says Simpiers. Bergville will be our Odegaard. Yeah,
hopefully.
That is so true.
Hopefully.
If you sell Romero, we'll only get a downgraded defender and Boris. Well, Levy even said he wouldn't sell Romero for 150 million. He's that valuable to the club. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Shall we leave Leicester where it is and move on? And let's move on. Because we do have a game on Saturday, and it is at the massive Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is at 3:00, and it is against Everton at the world-famous Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 3:00 kickoff, guys. Now? I'm dyslexic, as you all know. Now, even in my bad dyslexic way, that's a shambles. So I apologise to Tequila and Philip for that PDF. That's a shambles.
Where can I see the? What's the GWHO?
I meant to say where can you see the game?
Oh, the Groho.
Yeah, but I got a bit distracted.
Dermo's created he's created his own language. He's created his own language.
He's created a new language. GWHO means Great Win Hotspur. That's what that means.
That's what it means. Yeah. I got distracted. That's all I'm going to say in that. You can leave the rest of it up to your imagination.
No, it's past 9 o'clock, Dermot. It's past 9 o'clock, so you can go. I don't think we want you to, but you can go into more info.
Premier thingy bob here in Ireland are showing Manchester City versus Ipswich at 3:00 on Saturday.
I know how to, but You can't see it, but USA can watch it on NBC, Canada, Fubo TV. Who's in charge? You're asking.
Whoa,
well, it's the great
favorite,
Anthony.
yes.
It's Philip's favorite referee, Anthony Taylor. I mean,
And
Philip
look who's on bar, Andy Madley.
Yeah.
Specsavers.
Philip loves Anthony Taylor that much. He has a picture next to him, next to his bed.
What did we do to deserve him?
I don't know. The assistants is Gary Beswick and Adam Nunn. The fourth official is Tom Neild. Never heard of him. Andy Madley is the VAR, and Harry Leonard is the assistant VAR. Everton and Spurs have played 64 times in the Premier League, 25 draws. Total wins for Spurs, 30, 20 at home, 10 away. Everton total wins, 9 at home, 5 at home, 4 away. Last four meetings for Spurs, of course. 2-2 draw, of course, away at Everton last season. Tottenham won 2-1 in the same fixture in the same season. 1-0 in Goodison Park this season in 22-23, and then a Spurs 2-1 win. We're actually unbeaten in the last 5 games against Everton, guys, which is a nice little run to go on. Form guide. Tottenham here. This is Spurs' form guide because we drew 1-1 with Leicester. You know, not a great sort of run. 4-2 defeat to Liverpool. 2-1 win against Burnley. We lost to Man City, but ended the season well. So unbeaten in our last 2 games. This is Everton's last 3 games. I do apologise about the PDFs. They're very badly done, and I apologise. Not up to my normal standards. I got really distracted. It's just shocking. Their run's just shocking. That's all I'm going to say. So far, 12th for Tottenham, Everton in 20th. Just says what it says on the tin.
Not much to report there.
No, top player stats: Porro 1 goal, Maddison with 1 assist, and that player who I cannot pronounce. If you two want to have a crack, good luck.
Erogbanam.
He had 1 tackle.
What Philip said, yeah.
And if you like a tipple, like go down to the bookies. Tottenham are 4-9, 15-4 the draw. Everton are 6-1.
Jeez, a 6-1. That's a very poor odds for them.
Well, it's not bad. Got to stick a few quid on that. Sonny is 9-2 to score the first goal. Richie's 5-1 to score the first goal against his former club. Solanke's 24-5, guys. And that is all your little bits and pieces towards the Everton game. A question here, guys. The role of the home crowd is always so important, right? To help Tottenham win games. How inspiring is it to Spurs players when the crowd are behind them?
Massive. I was at the Burnley match, and I don't think I've ever heard the place as loud. And you know, it was a game that we kind of needed to win to make sure of the Europa League. But they really were, and even when Burnley went ahead, like I've heard criticism of the crowd at Tottenham that they get very quiet when Spurs go behind. They didn't that day, and I know we equalised fairly quickly, but I thought the crowd was brilliant. It really was, and it's so important to the team because they feed off the crowd. You know, they feed off the energy of the crowd, and the crowd is sitting there with their hands sitting on their hands, saying nothing. The team performance will probably dip. So all I'm saying, if you're going on Saturday, start shouting and keep shouting.
Tequila?
To answer the original question, I think it is player dependent. Some players are much more kind of robotic, and they're able to phase the crowd out, both good and bad. So when they go away from home, it doesn't affect them. Other players are much more emotionally inclined, and it has a bigger effect. What I would say is, and people might not agree, but I actually think this is quite a big game for Ange, because if the unthinkable were to happen, and I don't think it will. I think it's very unlikely that Everton don't have much going for them up front. They play Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who their own fans don't really like either, right? So they don't have that much going for them up front. So we would more or less probably have to be handing them a goal, right? Because they don't offer much up front. But should the unthinkable happen, and we even if we get a draw, this is the thing. Even if Everton park the bus and they frustrate us, which is possible, Ange's going to be under hot water, because if you look at the run of games we've got after Everton, it's not that kind. We have to go up to Newcastle, for example, and we know how bad our record has been over the last couple of years at Newcastle. So this is actually a really big game, much bigger than you would think. He's really he's really got to put a stamper down for the season, or I fear that you're going to be giving more ammunition to those people who want him out, which is growing, unfortunately, Dermot. And
yeah, I agree. I think, look, I've been there when the crowd's been brilliant, but Tottenham fans are very fickle, aren't they, Tottenham? Philip. They can be very fickle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you're finally going to be up for this one, and I don't subscribe to tequilas that they will be under pressure if we lose or draw. I think we've got to be more, we're not like Watford, the sack the manager every time they lose a game. We've got to be a bit more supportive of the manager and supportive of the project that he's getting there. He will get there, right? There will be hiccups on the way. We always said there would be. But I don't think even if we draw on Saturday, I don't see that being a problem for Ange.
But you saw the meltdown when we
yeah, you're playing away first game of the season to a team that's just back up in the Premiership. We're trying to prove themselves. That was a very difficult match against Leicester. People were saying, "Oh, it's a cakewalk, it's easy." It was never ever going to be easy because there are no easy games in the Premiership, not one. You have 38 cup finals in a season, and you've got to be prepared for everyone. Any team that goes out thinking they're going to walk through a match, forget it. The opposite is going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I get where the Keeler's coming from. If we did lose, that I think players would be under a hell of a lot of pressure, and I do feel there will be pressure.
Season, I really can't. If that's under 5 or 10 games gone and we're losing, we're way down the table. Yes, then I can see pressure coming, but not at the moment. Give them a bit of a
but do you feel? Yeah, but I always say when you're at Tottenham, you see it differently to how you see it on TV. Do you feel that how we ended last season? I know we got into the Europa League, but we didn't have the best of runs at the end of last season. So do you feel that Ange is not getting enough time, say some other manager would, because of the great start we had, but the end of the season? And do you feel with the lack of transfer, who players that we've brought in, we haven't brought any big player in, any big name in? Do you feel it's just frustration with everything?
Where's the pressure coming from? The pressure on Ange is purely generated by the fan base. It's not generated by Levy, I'm sure. It's not generated by the club. It's generated by the fan base, but it's spreading. Because we all want a quick fix. We all want instant success.
He's put some of it on himself, unfortunately.
How has he done that?
At the end of last season or whenever it was, he says that he wanted to be challenging this year, even as recently as his last press conference, they were talking about his second season. He goes, "Well, I win stuff in my second season, mate."
He's quite right. What's he going to sit at the press conference? Well, lads, my ambitions aren't really good this season. I'll be happy to finish mid-table. He would be up in arms if he said that. By saying he's putting pressure on the players, I want to win something this season, and that transmits to the players. It's a psychological thing.
Okay, so you're saying that's fair enough. Then that isn't it down to the players then?
Yeah.
To
perform.
Surely then we should be getting players in that can play Ange ball.
But we've got them. We've got them in. Give them time to get into it.
Yeah. So
we go back to 60 minutes of the 90 on Monday night was Ange ball.
Yeah, but how come then, if that's a team of players, how come we can't do it for the full 90 minutes?
No team play. Very few teams last 90 minutes in total domination of matches. Very rarely happens. I think we're analysing it too much. Let's see how Everton goes on Saturday. If it goes the same way, then I say, yeah, maybe he's got a point. There is a problem with Ange. But if we steamroll Everton on Saturday, happy days. If we'd have won the game on Monday, there wouldn't be half this talk.
Yeah, I think we all want to win on Saturday, but I think you got to look at it. I think there's got to be a balance of there's players in there are not disappearing too much. And I felt that in that, you say 60 minutes, I agree with you, but them 30 minutes.
Some credit to Leicester. Leicester came back into it. They fought back into it. It wasn't all Tottenham rolling up the white flag. Leicester rolled up their sleeves and got stuck in. And you've got to give them some credit for that.
Yeah, but if we took our chances, then the Leicester goal wouldn't have mattered. So
exactly. And 9 matches out of 10, we would have taken those chances. It just so happened football is a fickle game. Things go your way some days. They don't go your way other day. Monday was unfortunate. We should have been 5-0 up at half-time. Game over.
But there is a point that's out there. I think I even heard it on Talk Sport with Simon Jordan as well one day last week. He said some managers don't come out and say the right things in press conferences. Other managers do. Other managers put more pressure on themselves. And I think that's right. You should put pressure on yourself. You should put pressure on yourself and pressure on the players to perform at a high level. But is there a balancing act? I mean, taking Tequila's point, saying, Ange says, I want us to be challenging. Then if you want to be challenging, then surely then, no disrespect to Leicester, we should be beating teams like Leicester.
Yeah, we should. I mean, nine times out of 10 we would have done. But nobody's making allowances for how fickle fate can be in a match. The clearance off the line by the Leicester defender, that was brilliant. If that hadn't happened, we're way in the hack. You know,
I mean, you look at Southampton, Newcastle.
It's too soon to be getting the knives out.
Yeah,
let's see how things pan out.
Yeah, I think this is where your experience comes in. This is where
I've seen Spurs 17th in the league after 10 matches. That's the season Harry Redknapp came in. We were nearly bottom of the league in October, right? And Harry Redknapp came in and got us way up the league, got us into the Champions League the following season. I've seen too much to get overexcited or depressed about things, right? What I see with Ange Postecoglou is I see a team that's improved 100% from the team that was playing under Conte. Now, that mightn't be too hard, people will say, but I'm all for giving the guy the time he needs, right? If at the end of this season he hasn't won anything or we'll finish mid-table, then I'll put my hands up and say I was wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be. He's building a squad here for the future. It doesn't all happen in one season.
Right, then. Okay, then. Well, let's go to this point. I've got a question on Ange and Leicester. So let's go, and I'll start with you, Tequila, and I'll start with you, then you, Tequila, if that's okay.
Okay.
What lessons can Postecoglou take from the draw against Leicester to improve the performances moving forward? What lessons did he learn from that game on Monday?
Keep the foot on the when you're dominating a team. Keep at it. Don't slack. Keep the pressure on. And also you will. I mean, let's face it. We should have been at least. Well, I say 5-0, maybe 3 or 4-0 up at halftime in that game. And I've seen games Spurs have played before against, where was it? Villa last season away, when we scored 4 goals in the second half. Now, we weren't great in the first half in that game. But we came out in the second half and we took all our chances. We take all our chances, Spurs will win a lot of games handsomely. Solanke's going to take a little bit of time to bed in, to get used to the service that's coming in his way. And I think he will get off the mark on Saturday. But I think pressure, not relaxing when you're ahead. And when you're 1-0 ahead, you go for 2. When you're 2-0 ahead, you go for 3. Do what Manchester City and Liverpool do. You don't sit back on your leads. Yeah. Tottenham teams have been inclined to do that in the past. And as it's well documented, we are not great at defending leads.
No. Tequila, what lessons do you think Ange can take from the draw against Leicester?
Guess I have to be careful what I say. Buy better forwards.
We'll give Solanke a chance. We'll give him a chance. I mean, one game.
Yeah, but I never wanted him in the first place.
Come back at the end of the season and see how many goals he scored. Then we'll see who's right.
Right, here's a question then.
Right, hold on. He's only had one good season, Phil. Where are you getting that basis from?
He scored 29 goals in the Championship for Bournemouth in their last season down there. That's not a good season.
That's Bobby Zamora scored a lot of goals in the Championship. Good seasons.
Yeah, but we're going to start comparing to Bobby Zamora. That's like me comparing. I don't know.
But that was against your claim of Championship, and I just said that Bobby Zamora scored lots of goals in the Championship.
Now than it was in Bobby Zamora's time. The Championship is one of the most competitive leagues on earth, if not the most competitive. So he did very well in that. So I mean, okay. I know you don't like Solanke. I do. Let's leave it at that for now. Okay.
No, that's fine. But my answer, Dermo, is what can Ange learn? That he's got a forward line of Brendan Johnson, who I don't think is particularly good, and Solanke, who maybe feels right. I've got no problem being proved wrong. But that's what I think. I think that is it. If you've got those players, right, why aren't we finishing our chances?
One game.
Yeah, but that's not been the only game where we've been toothless up front.
Well,
and what are our other options? Richarlison, what, the guy who gets 11 goals, his max return is 11 goals per season. That's our option to bring off the bench, is it? Do you not see my point?
It was going last season when Son.
And Phil, I'm a bit disappointed with you, Phil, because you've seen some of the best strikers Spurs have ever had, like Berbatov, Kane, Keane, Defoe, and ones that I haven't seen. And for you to be okay with Solanke, I really don't understand it.
Well, I'm sorry if you're disappointed with me. I don't share.
I'm disappointed, because you've seen so many.
You're never ever going to get the like of Jimmy Greaves, Robbie Keane, or they're one player in the generation comes through like that, right?
You don't think you can get another Robbie Keane? Robbie Keane.
That's our generational player. It'll take a while to replace him. You know, I mean, you're judging Solanke after one game and one good.
No, I'm not. I'm judging him over his career. He's had one good season in the Premiership. He had a good season in the Championship, which I've just said. So did Bobby Zamora. You just missed that, which you're allowed to do, but it's facts.
Bobby Zamora is a lot years ago. You can't compare. I'm comparing. You've got to go in the last 5 years. Bobby Zamora is 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know?
Then
okay. I didn't realize there was a cut-off point with how many years I'm allowed to analyze.
But the Championship has got so much more competitive in the last few years. That's what I'm going on. You know.
Yeah, I mean, look. For me, there's a lot he can learn from it. I think defending the lead is keeping the pressure on is one of them. I think our forward lines do need to take the chances. I think we need to cross more.
You show me a forward line down with the scores every time a cross comes in. It doesn't happen.
I know, but we do have to provide the chances for our strikers. To take them in.
They didn't take them. We provided the chances, but they didn't take them.
Yeah, if that was an Ivan Toney, would he have taken them? We don't know. If that was a Harry Kane, we don't know.
It's hypothetical.
Our forward line, in comparison to old forward lines, Phil, you can't say that this is as good as some of our old forward lines.
I never said it was.
So that's what. No, and also, right? I'm not even blaming Ange totally for it, because none of us are in there, so we don't know. We'll never know if how many of these players were his choices. We don't know. All we can do is take him on his word. And he said in his press conference, and he said it more than once. One of the journalists asked him the other day, more or less, are these your signings? And he said, I think it was something like, I have to say yes or no on all signings. So he might not have pinpointed Solanke, but somebody said, well, how about Solanke? And he has written off yes. So he take the responsibility of that. He has to, he will, and he'll fall on his sword, or he'll be successful. Yeah, but he's come out and said that it's his choice.
Yeah, it's his choice, because that was, of all the ones that were available, he was the one that was available, and that's why he took him. Tony, for some other reason, like from what I'm hearing about Tony, I think we dodged a bullet there. From his attitude and his personality, I think we've.
I don't doubt for a second that Solanke's got a better attitude, because Solanke, you don't hear about Solanke in the front pages and stuff, and that's fair enough. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying is that what did Ant learn? I don't know. But those are the forwards that he said okay. We know Sonny can get, even if Sonny is in decline. We know Sonny's an amazing finisher more often than not. Brendan Johnson hasn't proved that. And in my opinion, Solanke had a very good season last season. And yes, he did well in the Championship for a season. But would you say he's prolific throughout his career? You wouldn't. So we have to hope that this isn't just a purple patch. And he can do it again.
He will take the chances. When he's better than he will.
Well, that's why earlier I said that we need better crosses of the ball.
Well, that's why we bought the boy from Burnley, because he's good at crossing and getting behind his man. To provide the crosses.
Kulu down on the wing.
Yeah, well,
he hasn't got the pace. He hasn't got the pace.
In the center.
Yeah.
Ange wants pace on the wings. All his wingers have all got one thing in common: pace. Ange hasn't got. Kulu hasn't got the pace.
So does that mean then on Saturday is that then more down to Maddison? Then do we start Bergveld then? Do we start younger players that can do that can play the Ange ball. And these older players, like a Maddison or a Johnson, are not getting Ange ball where the younger players are.
But they are getting it. They got it for 60 minutes on Monday. So they're not going to forget it by Saturday. They're going to keep doing it. He'll start Maddison. He's not going to make too many changes. Now, Bentancur will have to be replaced. But
so
he's not going to make
another
too many
question.
changes.
Right. Bissouma, yes or no answer. And we will get into this tomorrow night, the podcast. But do you start Bissouma or do you start Archie Gray?
Archie Gray.
God.
Tequila?
Those are my only two options.
Well, you got other options, but they're the two I can think
You could play
of.
Papassar as a holding midfielder against Everton at home, play Maddison and Bergvall, or you could play Maddison and Archer, or Archie.
Okay, so I think with our current options, I mean, I'll probably go with Sarr. I think give Sarr a run of games, see if he can do the 6th position. I'm not convinced he can, but I'd like to get an answer one way or the other.
Like the chances are Everton will park the bus on Saturday. I can't see them.
Are you worried what came out this afternoon that we're not after a number 6 now?
Yes. Yeah.
Where'd that
for me?
Paul O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I put nothing. I'm not going to put the shutters up until 11 o'clock next Friday night. Then we'll be able to see whether we went.
Is it Sunday? It's the end of the. Is it Friday?
No, it's
or
Friday.
Sunday?
It's the 30th. Friday the 30th.
I thought it was the 1st of September.
No.
Oh, Cockerel Clock podcast is deadline night. Brilliant. That's great. Look, one more question, and then we will end the show there. It's gone. The show's been mad. It's just gone so quick. It sort of goes right with what I just talked about. But what strategies will each team use to exploit the other's weakness? So, look, Philip, I want you to do Everton. I want you to pretend to be an Everton fan and see what weaknesses do you think they could use to exploit us? And Tequila, I want you to see what weaknesses Everton have so we can exploit them. So Philip, please just bear with me. You're an Everton fan, right? You have been all your life. You're a toffee. You've seen all the greats. You've been to Wembley with Everton and everything.
The toffee,
coming
that's
down
great.
to Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
How do you beat us? I'm sorry.
Listen, they got the worst. They got the worst possible start on Saturday. I mean, to lose at 3-0 at home to Brighton, that must be a total kicker in the teeth. So I don't think they're going to come down too gung ho against Tottenham. I can see. Okay, we are going to play 9 across the back. And we're going to leave Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to be going to have to bring on the water bottle. There's nothing else to do up front. No, seriously, I can see them defending in depth, and it's up to us to try and pick. Up to them to try and pick us off.
I'm sorry, that is the most funniest Everton fan.
Do you want me to do the accent? Do you want me to do the Harry Enfield accents as well? All right.
You got to do the whole accent and everything as well.
All right, lad. All right.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Remember, Sean Dyche is the manager of Everton. He's
Dyche ball. Yeah.
I didn't think that would be as funny as I thought. I had it in my head written down, Philip to be an Everton fan, and I never thought it'd be as funny, but that's brilliant.
Yeah. Now, seriously though, I'd be very surprised if they're anyway adventurous. They'll probably try and sit in, frustrate us, and then maybe in the last 20 minutes, if we are starting to get a bit frustrated and passes going astray, then they might try and do a Leicester on us. But I really can't see it.
No, Tequila. Where's Everton's weaknesses? Rarely, this Everton fan below us now. Try to be easy on them.
Shut up now. I'll take the wheels off your car now if this doesn't come right.
That's true. That's true. That's where the danger is. The danger is you might not have any hubcaps when you get out of the stadium. I mean, we're at home. The impetus is on us. We know they're going to do we know they are. And they're going to obviously look to try and counter on the transition. Basically, I don't know. One thing, I want us to take some shots and this is done by instructions. Ange doesn't want us taking long shots. I want to see us take some long shots.
Yeah. We did try and pop the ball into the net on Monday night a bit now, that's for sure.
Yeah, and do you remember this, Phil? I know you remember, Phil, and Derma, you both will. We're going back some years, but do you remember that was one of the criticisms labelled at Arsene Wenger's Arsenal? They were kept on trying to score the perfect bloody goal.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit there's a little bit of that in us, and I guess it has to come from Ange. That he tells the players, well, no, maybe with the exception from Sonny, who does seem to still have a pop now and again. But the majority of the time, it's just like we don't take the long shots. So maybe
I say,
you've
said that.
That's true. That's true. Porro takes a pop sometimes.
Yeah. You said that during the watch along, Philip. We're trying to walk it in the net more than once, actually. You did say that.
When we had a chance to shoot, we passed.
Yeah.
Take the shot on, give it a go. Okay, you mightn't score, but you'll see you have a better chance of scoring than trying to pass.
And also, you take a shot, the keeper might spill it or knock or palm it into one of our players, and you get the rebound. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say a massive big up to Moondog? I haven't seen you in the chat for a long time, Moondog. It's great to see you back. This man is a legend. Early in the channel's infancy, when it was still learning to walk, when it was crawling around.
And he's big in Dave's channel as well. I've seen him for years in Dave's channel as well.
He used to be I haven't seen him in the chat for a while. When this channel had a bottle of vodka in one hand and a cigarette in the other, trying to walk. He sent me these lovely cold things of TDG. I still got the Moondog. They're actually used on our coffee table. But could you do me something for THFC till I die in the same manner? I would really appreciate it. I think you still got me email. Email me and let me know if you can. But I hope you and Charlie are okay. So big up. Great to see you in again. Christopher Inshaw, great to see you. Everton will play the same way in low block. Yeah. Carl Simpson says Calvin Lewin is in goal as well.
Make that 10-1.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm just waiting for this. Apparently, Reguilon might be making a move soon. Could be a big club moving in for him as well. We're just hearing from.
Well, that rules out Man United, then, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. 3-1 is Chris's prediction. Big up, Mr. Welch. 3-1. Can't forget Porro's wonder goes to kill it. No, we can't.
Yep.
We will get a 6. That's not looking for one of the. We're looking for a 6. That's not looking for one. It's a smoke screen.
So
Cole's the man in the know. Big up Side Dancer 83. Big up Side Dancer. I hope you're doing well. Carl says we better take our chances than that's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, that is the Thursday night show with myself, Philip, and the Tottenham stick. Some say it's an Arsenal fan. What would you?
Well, hold on. Let's not go too far now, don't I? You can call me You can call me anything you want, but just not an Arsenal.
An Arsenal fan. Yes.
Okay. Philip, I know you got a little channel, so do you want to give that bit plug your channel?
I haven't got the address of it. So I'll tell you what, I'll do it tomorrow night. Okay.
Yeah.
I can never remember the address of it.
Phil, what you'll have to do is you'll have to send me it in WhatsApp, and I'll add it to my little mod book.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can
put it down.
Yeah. That was a short snippet I sent the other night there of us playing.
Tomorrow is our birthday, Philip. So, do you know we are doing the cockle?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, clock. Got it wrong.
It's 9:30. Don't worry.
Podcast birthday party. Yeah, you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it'd be good.
Are we going to put one of those famous videos out where we actually talk over the video?
Could do.
You know the one I'm talking about. When they go looking
for yeah. Can you find one of those? Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can reapply for monetization on Monday. I don't know if we should be good channel or do we just be what we are, rebellious?
Better behave until Monday. Better behave
till Monday.
So you're telling us we can't be a rebel?
Not till Tuesday.
We're an Irish channel. We're born rebels, Philip.
Yes, without rebels, without a cause.
You know what my great cousin did for us.
I did. Look what happened to him. Got a bullet in the back of the head.
That could happen to me very easily.
Yes,
anyway, the key, Stiggy, where can people find you, sir?
Find me on this great channel as always, gents, and on the Play Pouch, which is a little gaming channel I run with my friend. And this week we covered Gamescom, which was live from Germany yesterday, wasn't it?
I enjoyed that, actually, I have to say. I saw a game for
Yeah?
Philip on there.
What one?
The one with the oh, there were so many great games that just all memorable.
I was thinking of the Mafia one from the 1900s because I think
yeah,
Phil,
that's
you'd
the one
love
I
that.
was
You'd love
thinking of
that
as
setting.
well.
1900s gangsters. That I think that'd be great.
Yeah, he is the Godfather. Boris says, I'll make sure to stay sober during the podcast. Don't worry, the partying for the channel can happen. Yeah, well, Philip is the king of the after party, as we all know. He has got a bit of an ego, hasn't he, Tequila, in a way?
It's a bit of a diva, but it's okay. We've all got that part of this demo.
Yeah, so are you a diva as well?
Well, yeah.
Between you two are arguing over pink M&Ms. It's ridiculous. It really is.
No, if there's brown M&Ms in the party tomorrow night, I'm not coming on. Right? Simple as that.
Yeah, you better have extra green ones for me. I'm not coming on either. So
yeah,
it's your day off tomorrow.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Are you going to make a special appearance?
If I can, I will, but I don't know. I have to wait and see if I can.
But this is why we had you on tonight. So, do you want to wish the channel a happy birthday?
Happy birthday. Yep, happy birthday, Dermo, who's lost weight. Happy birthday, Philip, who's become more positive because Philip, you were taking my position of leaving out back then, Phil. I was very surprised to see you.
You just said that.
And you've mellowed, bless you, and I've taken over your.
I have to deny. I can't confirm or deny that I said anything.
I cannot believe you just said that, kid. So, happy birthday, Dermot, because you lost weight.
Definitely.
I wish I could lose weight, Dermo. Yeah, but no. In all seriousness, guys, you guys have all done well to keep the channel 3 years, and you've had a steady growth as well. You're still growing. Look, we're up to 1911 Dermo, so we're still growing. And you guys put all this effort in well before I joined, and so you guys deserve a lot of credit for everything you guys have done for the channel. So big up to both you guys.
Look, I'm going to say something now, and I will say it tomorrow night, and I say it while you're here, Tequila. I cannot do these shows without you guys, without Philip, Tequila, Colin, Carl, when he decides ever to come on the show. I mean, he is part of the channel.
Boris as well.
And Boris as well, yeah. So I can't do this without you guys.
Sorry, guys.
Starting the party early, Philip.
24 hours early. Anyway.
Yeah. Wasn't as bad as Thermo playing with his Transformer last. You leave my Transformer playing alone. On that bombshell, thank you all for watching. We are back tomorrow night. Philip, your video's out.
Yeah.
About Tottenham past from Everton. The predicted lineup will be out tomorrow as well, guys. So that'll be out tomorrow evening. I'm going to see we're going to do that. Me and Philip are going to also pre-record a Tottenham Everton preview, our thoughts of the game preview show. We've got the Tottenham team talks on Saturday at 2:00.
Sorry,
watch
guys.
along at 2:45. We've got the post-match show live at 5:30 Saturday evening. I think me and Tequila are doing that. I think you and Boris are doing the Tottenham team talks, are you, Philip, at 2 on Saturday?
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
And then me and Tequila are doing post-match live. We've got the watch along, of course, with me.
Well, I hope to be able to watch the match. I know tomorrow I'm able to watch the match.
Yeah. And then we're off Sunday, and then we're back on Monday with our usual shows. Philip and Boris are back on Monday with the Monday Night Madness. Hopefully, then we will know if we've been monetized again. On that bombshell, though, thank you all for. Carl's just put the sticker was getting.
Shut up, Carl. I'm in demand. I could be anywhere at any time.
I will be back on. Just got tonight. I just got to get through the summer holiday. Put it that way. Almost there. All right. No, I was only joking anyway. On that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Philip, thank you for coming on. Tequila, thank you all for coming on. Do hit the like button. Do hit the subscription button if you can. And whatever you do, Come on, you Spurs. In big hands we trust. We never stop. And Tequila, do you want to take us out?
Yes. Quiz. Lovely.
Woohoo!